have a show tomorrow, so I decided to do a mock setup tonight to make sure I have space for everything. My dining room table is approximately 6 feet long. However, the table that I'm being provided with tomorrow is actually 8 feet long, so things won't be quite as smushed as they currently are. This is just to give myself an idea of how to set things up tomorrow. I do take a picture, but I'm taking video for you guys right now. So on the left-hand side, I have pretty much a call to action letting people know that there are 45 days left until Christmas, so buy my stuff, or somebody else's. On the mannequin, I have a fleece cowl with a snap, which is a design from Whitney Sews. I'll link to her video in the box down below. I have just stock right there for that. During the day I might switch it up and put the crochet scarves on the mannequin instead. And then we have some fleece fringe scarves. I am basically liquidating these. I used to be able to sell them for about $15. I am marking them at $5 just to try and get rid of them. Really whatever doesn't sell, I'm going to donate to the homeless shelter this year, or maybe even give to the homeless people that I pass on my way to my 9 to 5. So moving to the center of the table, I decided to try my hand at knitting, so these are dishcloths. And then to the right, get a little closer, sorry for the lighting, I have some keychains, crayon rolls, and wallets, and then a very limited supply of my crossbody phone bags. I didn't bring any of the geeky stuff. This is not a geeky event, so I'm just going with the hometown team and some Galaxy kitties. My wedge bags are still inside their little travel container, but they'll be, right there and then up there. I don't price my individual items. I provide a price list. I just think it's a lot easier for myself to do. And it doesn't seem to deter any sales, so I go with that. It's a lot easier. You guys might want to think about it. And then I have a display cord keeper, because these sell fantastic, but looking at them, people don't know what they are. So usually I do a little pickup and go, oh, you wrap your cords up in it. They're always all over the place when I throw them in my bag, so I came up with these. People love them. I have some coffee cup cozies, and again, in a little bit of geeky and a little bit of hometown. And then there's also travel tissue holders. This is old stock that I'm trying to liquidate. Hopefully the packaging spurs some sales. And then finally some change purses. Those are geeky because, believe it or not, at my last geeky event, the non-geeky ones, as well as some geeky, sold, but I didn't have any non-geeky left, so decided to bring those also. My car is relatively small, so I need to fit everything into these 2 totes and into my trunk. The totes themselves don't fit into the trunk. This one has wheels, which is why it has a handle on the back. So that goes in the back seat. This one fits in the front seat. This is the large tote that is currently almost empty. This is the first layer. I like these fridge bins because I can just put them in and pull them out and not have to deal with setting things up in their actual display, as I just put them on the display. I put my signage and price list into a folder. Usually include whatever contract I've signed and the details for the event in the folder, and then I put it in the tote, so nothing gets lost. Because my vehicle's small, but I wanted height in my display, I needed to find a way that I could collapse the displays down, and that comes in the form of these stools, which are actually attached onto this long board also. They just screw off and basically go flat. This is the underside of the stool, so you can see what I mean. The legs screw off completely, all 4 of them, and that, breaks everything down so it can fit inside the tote. You can see things are getting a little bit more full. 2 of my shelves fit inside. Here's the 2 stools, and 1 set of shorter legs and the longer legs. Gotta get a little creative with how you fit things in there. So we've added in the box top full of my little wedge bags, and on top of that we've placed the cotton dish rags. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I added the 2nd set of short legs. Also included my sign easels. The red polka dot bag has binder clips, and this black and white polka dot bag is a bag of bags, so people can carry their stuff with my bags. Next, I've added some handles for my phone bags, my crossbody phone bags. These are tablecloths and some actual non-recycled bags for the smaller items. I do sell a lot of smalls. I have a little mobile command station that I also bring. It is like, it's not big at all. Like, that's my hand. And in my mobile command station, I have my business cards, a actual pen, a pen that people use when they're signing my phone. You can see it's a stylus. Calculator, because I am not good at math. A charger cable. This is for my charging brick, which the cat is hiding right now. The charging brick gets added at the very last moment before I walk out the door. It's literally right next to the front door. And then, because you never know about temperature, I bring a little fan with me, because it's usually hectic and sweaty when you're first setting up and waiting for everybody to come in. I'm trying to give this to you from a different angle. Because there is so much room still left in this tote, I'm going to put the Whitney Sew's fleece snap scarves in here also. I was going to bring them in my normal paper box, but there's room and they're light, so that'll save space in my second tote, which I'll show you in just a moment. Got a little bit creative with the placement, but they all fit in there. I did a test roll. It's not too heavy for me to move. The top fits on with no problem. And since we're done with this tote, it now moves to the staging area. My second tote is designed to fit on top of my rolling tote, which lets me have less trips to and from the car. I think I should be able to make tomorrow's trip, or excuse me, tomorrow's event in 2 trips. One with this, and then one with my chair and the 6-foot board that you saw earlier. I decided not to use the box for the crochet scarves either. My dress form folds down fairly nicely. We're not going to use a top on this because I need to be able to move this, but it should still roll just fine and not have any problems. The fleece fringe scarves are inside this delightful lawn and leaf bag. The only other thing we need to bring is my money apron. The 6-foot board does fit inside the car. That will go in the car tonight. It's a little tricky and I don't feel like dealing with it tomorrow morning. I have a camp chair that's like permanently in my trunk, so that's already outside. And then tomorrow morning, these 2 totes are the only thing I need to load into the car. Again, this one goes in the back seat, and this one fits in my front seat. Sorry guys, I did forget that we need to pack a snack bag also, and that will fit right here. I like to have some variety in my snacks, and I never know what I'm going to eat, so I just kind of go through the kitchen and grab whatever I think might strike my fancy for the next day. I probably won't eat all of this. The event is 5 hours long. I can almost guarantee I will drink both those drinks though. But whatever I don't eat will come back home with me. I stick the entire package in the fridge so it's good to go the next day. I have my clothes picked out tomorrow, which includes staying on brand with this teal. I'm not quite sure what I want to work on project-wise tomorrow. I always work on something while I'm in the booth. And the only thing that I really have going right now is this ear warmer that's knitted. So I'm bringing that. And then I might make a scarf out of this and maybe a hat out of that. Excuse you. But again, I'm not quite sure, so I'm just going to bring the hooks that I think I need, some scissors. This is actually for the tapioca pudding you saw a little earlier. And then these are some extra coffee cup cozies because I have some in there. I have some that are packed that don't have the toppers on them. If they sell well, I'll be able to staple the top on and put them out for sale.